This video I am making as both a review for the Midas Auto Repair Company in Torrington, Connecticut, but more as a warning and a public service to people. I live in Torrington, Connecticut, had some work done by Midas, and I'm hoping to save people the frustration I went through with them. Basically what happened is, again, I'm going to do is I'm going to show you pictures so you know the Midas I'm talking about. This is Midas in Torrington, Connecticut that I use, 91 South Main Street. That's the outside of it. And then on Google Maps, there's Midas right there. It's in the same plaza as Staples, across from Co-Park. This is going to be meaningless to people who don't live in Connecticut in the Torrington area, but if you do, this video is a video you're going to want to watch. What happened is I bought my car into Midas, Torrington, Connecticut, to have a ring and gear changed. I bought a Mustang. I wanted a lower ring and gear for more horsepower. They had previously done some exhaust work for me. They had installed a full header system. It was a bit overpriced, but they seem to have done a great job. And the main mechanic and I guess manager there of the name Larry, with the knowledge he seemed to have of cars, I was convinced they can handle a job of doing differential work. It's normally a job that is very specialized. It's normally reserved for repair shops that specialize in transmissions, because it's a specialized field. It requires some delicate measurements in terms of the placement of the pinion and the ring gear. And what happened is I bought my car into Midas on a Monday, July 25th. They told me it would be ready the next day. I go in the next day. The car is sitting in the parking lot. I assumed the job was done. They haven't even started on the job. So then they said, oh, come in tomorrow, it'll be done. This kept going on for about a week. They kept putting me off for one reason or another, never having the courtesy to call me once so I don't waste my time coming in to get the car. No communication whatsoever. Then finally, after about a week and a half, I just lost my temper and flew off the handle. And at which point the manager, mechanic Larry, came out and, you know, with his lats spread, Mr. Tough Guy, all 185 pounds of him, he's telling me that, oh, you know, we apologize, but this tool that you need to do it, a pinion depth gauge, mine broke, and I'm waiting for one to come in from Amazon. Should be in a couple of hours. Well, that was bullshit, because 3 or 4 more days went by, and I know Amazon doesn't do business like that. Their delivery is quick. So at this point, I became aware of the fact that the people at Midas were lying to me left and right. To make a long story short, well, I ended up having to buy the mechanic, a guy named Mike. Looks kind of like a Halloween pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. I had to buy this pinion depth gauge for the mechanic so he can do the job. I mean, what kind of a joke is that? You bring your car in to get work done, and you have to buy the tools for the mechanic? Well, anyway, I did this. He finally, after 2.5 weeks, got the job done, and I take it out for a test drive. Immediately, I hear some grinding in the back end that didn't sound natural. So I came back, had another mechanic, because Mike had gone home. I had another mechanic get in the car. I use the term mechanic loosely, by the way. I think monkey is more appropriate for Midas employees. I wonder which methadone clinic they find their employees. Well, he got in the car, and he told me, oh, that sound is perfectly normal. You know, it's just the ring and gear is brand new and kind of got to work itself in. It's kind of funny, when I buy a brand new car at the dealership, the ring and pinion isn't making any noise, but okay. So I drove the thing for about 150 miles. The noise never let up. At this point, I'm infuriated. Oh, and by the way, they charged me $859 for the job. It's about a $550, $600 job. So they make me wait 2.5 weeks. I have to buy the mechanical tool, and they overcharge me. And I basically was infuriated. I went on an all-out campaign doing things like making this video, for example, to make the public aware of who these people really are. And I demanded they give me my money back because I told them if they did not, I would use my vast 2-decade-long experience with search engine optimization to bury them on the Google search. I told them I could make it so that anybody searches for Midas Torrington or Midas Torrington reviews, the entire first page of Google would be my content, and I could do this and pull this off. Well, out of fear of that, not doing the right thing, they did give me my $859 back. I since then have brought that car into a place I should have bought it to in the first place, a transmission shop which specializes in jobs like that, differential work. And when I went in today, he had taken the rear end apart, and he told me that A, the pinion was not tightened all the way down, B, they never replaced the bushings with new bushings, and C, the drivetrain, the drive shaft itself is actually loose. He said my rear end was basically a grenade waiting to go off, and it would only be a short period of time between that loose pinion, which is kind of dangling, makes contact with the ring gear in a wrong sort of a way, and the whole thing just blows up on me. Okay, these people are an absolute joke. And if you look at them online in reviews, there's two things you're going to notice. First thing, I can guarantee you their 5-star reviews, most of them are bullshit. And the reason I say they're bullshit is most companies, if you look at reviews for companies, most companies you're going to see a mixture of 5, 4, 3, 2, and some 1 stars. But Midas reviews, they're all 5 stars or 1 star. That is the classic sign of bullshit reviews. See, here's my review here of what exactly happened on Yelp. Okay? And most of these other reviews that are 5-star reviews, it's not normal that every single person on a site leaves 5-star reviews. It's a hallmark of bullshit reviews. Bottom line, I seriously would not have Midas of Torrington touch my kid's Tonka truck to do work. Okay, and I would suggest you don't do the same. I don't know if this ineptness is characteristic of strictly the Midas on South Main Street in Torrington or not, or if it's the way things are with most Midases. I can definitely tell you, though, you want to steer clear of Midas, South Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. They have no idea what they're doing. They're unprofessional. The whole feel every time I went in there was like I was walking around a high school, not like I was in a professional auto repair shop. There are kids with attitudes who don't know what they're doing, and the biggest kids there are two of the top people, Mike and Larry. So, again, I strongly suggest you have nothing to do with Midas, South Main Street, Torrington.